you. Wow, all right, really great to be here. Big shout out to Justin and the MediaTel events team for making all this happen. So I'm here today to talk to you guys about the media levers that drive effectiveness. So the term media levers, I mean, people may take it different ways. Some may think about physics, engineering, I don't know, Top Gear. For media people, this is probably, from the agency perspective, something that how the agencies are trying to control the uncontrollable. So my name is Maria, and today I'm going to be walking you through some insights that we were able to discover at DCMN recently. I'm a director of product and tech at this company, and it means that I'm leading their tech, product, and data science department, which is quite cool. We are based in Berlin, Germany, so I'm just here for today, so take all the time with me here. DCMN is a TV and out-of-home marketing agency, which means that our profile is very much in everything offline, right? So it is still owner-operated and privately owned. So the key thing about our agency is the client profile that makes us different, which is extremely focused towards the D2C brands, digital-first companies, and scale-ups, startups, that kind of thing. So clearly, all the companies are doing very well in this crisis. So I'm here to kind of lift the curtain on that a little bit too. We, as you probably already figured out, since I'm leading that department, we also have a proprietary tech stack to measure everything that we provide. So because of our clientele, it's really important to show the way that we spend every dollar, every euro in the market. And we have the stack to measure it and to basically prove to our clients, management and investors on the way that they're growing. We have offices and clients all over the world. Here in Europe, a couple of offices in Germany, headquartered in Berlin, as I already said, have an office in the US and a large one in India. As you can see, we've partnered with over 400 digital-first brands. And it's, maybe some of these you know, some of them, like Roku, are already kind of beyond the stage of scale-up or a startup. But what really unites all these companies is this performance-first mindset when it comes to everything, right? Because this kind of client understands that it's important to show the ROI for everything, even when it's not on so easy channel to measure, like TV or out-of-home. It became obvious that, whether we need to adapt to the frameworks or we need to adapt the frameworks that exist currently in the industry, or invest in our own tech stack. And that's what we did. Beyond the TV and out-of-home services that we provide, there are holistic growth solutions that we create for our clients. So we also provide services on the insights, brand side of things, but of course everything has to be tailored towards how do we help our clients grow through the TV and out-of-home channels. A really cool thing that we actually pioneered earlier this year, I'm not going to speak too much about this, but we made this, we've invented basically a new way for how to measure the effectiveness of all combined channels, and we called it the Performance Power Score. So basically it's like a very unique way of how to look at all of the investments across brand, creative, media, and performance from all the different channels, attributing it together, doing some data science modeling, and producing a single score. It's a talk for another chat some other time. But most importantly, it powers the proprietary tech stack that I mentioned, which is called DC Analytics. Here, for some reason it's not shown quite normally. It doesn't look as bad, I promise. We have some UX designers in-house as well. But basically it's a thing that allows us and our clients directly to manage and optimize their offline campaigns. And measure all of them together. So currently we support TV, CTV, out-of-home, and radio campaign impacts. Because this is, when I was approached by MediaTel a couple of months ago, I think like 2 months ago, we were still debating what should be what should be the name of the presentation, basically. And I feel like earlier this year, it would have been a different talk. But yeah, let's be honest. It's getting kind of wild out there with all the economic crises that we see all across Europe and other markets, with the changing patterns in consumption, and of course in the way that we have to go about our marketing planning. So, of course, it's no surprise that our clients, I'm sure maybe like your clients as well, are coming to us and asking for a change in the budget and for change in the planning horizon and adoption of strategies towards a more short-term focused performance horizon. So what does it mean, and what are some of the advices? And let me share that a little bit with you. So first of all, to kind of set the scene, whenever clients are coming to us and asking for a cut off in the marketing budget, or actually just coming in stating, hey, we want to spend less, that's the reality, and it's kind of, no problem. You have to just go smart versus going completely dark, because in the turbulent times, there are various studies that show that over the past 20 years, for every curve that we have basically conquered together as an industry, there are some best practices that you can apply now that will allow you to stay afloat for a longer time, or even become a champion in the more long-term period of time. So first of all, what I'd like to mention is the fact that you need to, again, because we're talking about the media levers from the agency perspective, right? So the 4 insights I want to share with you guys today, starting with reviewing the target audience, into opting in for an off and on strategy in some markets where it makes sense for our clients, so really kind of tailoring it to the use case. Measuring offline everything and learning fast, of course, doesn't, it helps that if there is a stack or a partner that your client is working with. And optimizing your brand investment to not lose, so that you don't lose focus in the long term. As I already said, there are studies that show the companies that are investing not just in performance marketing, but brand marketing in the turbulent time are going to be the ones to stay ahead of the game in the long term. For example, McDonald's and the way that they were investing in their campaigns during the crisis of '08, and the way that, basically they were able to outperform the competition over the next few years after everything has sort of calmed down. So for whatever client there is, I think a statement and a set of criteria that you can pitch for, so that you can still have a conversation with them if you have a partnership with them together. So let's take a look at the first example of the audience adjustment. So now I'm going to walk you through a couple of client examples and what we did for them and what worked, or maybe something that we plan for the future. The first one is an audience adjustment, and this is an example of an international e-commerce client. So we have a client who has been partnering with us for some time. It means that they already have a substantial base of audience that they can reach through offline channels, through TV, CTV, out of home. So we've been doing this for some time, right? But obviously this year they're coming to us and asking for a crisis mode request, which is we need to be smarter with our investment, duh. But also the fact that they had a recent rebranding. So they kind of relaunched their app a little bit. It started to look nicer and oriented more towards the younger audience of 18 to 29, sorry. So basically Gen Zs. They came to us with a request to maximize their installs, so maximize conversions, CPI of 30 euros. And as I said, we've been doing already TV and out of home, so it means that we were already able to detect that there is a stable user base in their installs, in their Google Analytics accounts and everything, of actually 20 to 49. So they've asked us to shrink the audience, and we were like, okay, well, first of all, what we can debate is the fact that TV is a mass channel, and if you want to go cheaper, and if you want to optimize the performance metrics that way, you need to probably have and continue having a larger audience to target. So we suggested to them that actually we stay on 20 to 49, and then if needed, we drill down to 18 to 49 to see if actually, that works or not. So with this, and also the fact that after analyzing their brand from kind of the metrics perspective, the surveys and everything that we did. We started a big campaign for 3 months. I said, yeah, that was the first stage, 3 months, 5 countries here in Europe, from UK to France to Germany and others, TV and CTV together. And by the end of it, we were able to, so as this is actually fresh numbers straight here in December, we were able to, decrease the target CPI actually to just 10 euro CPI, which was pretty good. Client was very happy. And the conclusion we can make here is that keeping the strategy that they already had, continuing to invest, not really kind of trying to panic and go into this more, shrinking the audience kind of technique, really helped this client to have the connection and continue having a strong connection with the audience that they already established, while actually, delivering on the impressions, on the conversions, and everything. So in terms of audience adjustment, it may be a good lever to pull when it makes sense. The second example here I want to show you guys is one about adaptability. So we have a client, a car marketplace. So they sell new cars, car parts, all over Europe, and once again, they came to us and said we need to minimize our budget. For this client and for the next one, actually, their main concern was also in the fact that the management is now asking to reduce the marketing planning cycle from like a year, 2 years to just 3 months, and it means that we only have 3 months to show how we can adapt to the new reality. So for these guys, the first thing we analyzed was the overall environment of the market. Basically, turns out, I didn't know that, but turns out that not in every country there is a lot of car parts available because of the overall shortage of different car parts like chips, and also the fact that petroleum is, the prices are rising. So basically, the consumers are not having the same patterns as before the crisis hit, which also, very well understood. So what does it mean? It means that we can analyze the country specifically and see where it makes sense to have an on and off strategy, and then test them comparing to each other. So the approach that we decided to take here is to actually not have an always-on campaign like we had before, but rather focus on the markets where there is kind of a better chance of getting to our consumer and then measuring it with our in-house tool. So that's what we do actually right now. So I don't have the results of this campaign yet, but so far the client was quite happy with the tactics that we've suggested to them. A second type of client I want to show, and this is more on the brand side of things. It's a solar panel provider. Very good client to have in this crisis, just saying. So they're not just utilizing the they're riding the wave that we are currently experiencing in Europe, right? Because of the higher interest from the consumers, and so they approached us asking for, first of all, a performance strategy, but then an evaluation of how things are going for them on the brand side of things. So the first thing we discovered is actually that until 2022, they never had a performance-oriented campaign, only brand ones. So it means that whatever consumer base that they have built was put together through referrals and word of mouth, and just by providing excellent customer service. They did have a pretty good social presence, which meant for them, this is how they stay connected with their consumers, but at the same time, this non-performance kind of mindset that they had before, now they want to maximize the sales as much as they can. So with this, basically the conclusion I want to make here is if you are investing in brand and continue to do so in the turbulent times, and also during your first kind of attempts as a new business, it will be easier for you to stay connected with your audience in the long term, and this creates a very good background for you to now capitalize on from the performance marketing side of things. So now we have quite a lot of potential for these guys to run a few CTV and TV campaigns starting from February. Yeah, for the audience that they already have, plus looking into the, kind of doing lookalike modeling and seeing how we can find similar audiences outside of their existing customer base. So with this, this brings me to my last slide, to some of the key takeaways. Of course, there wasn't a lot covered today, but I want to say that the first thing you need to tell your clients whenever they are thinking about doing something different in this turbulent time is to don't go completely dark, but rather go smart. Secondly, unite your brand and performance goals to maximize the overall brand performance effect of your client. Fine-tune your attribution models and tracking approach. Always measure as much as you can, because this is the time to show and prove with your numbers the performance of your client, and review your strategy and audience, adjusting where needed. So thank you very much for listening. That's all the time I have today. And if you want to talk about TV tracking, out-of-home tracking, anything product-related, please find me later.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maria. We have time for one teeny tiny question. If anybody wants to direct a question to Maria. Any questions in the audience? Oh, we got one here.
Thank you. Are you talking to your clients about the need to plan long term? When I hear brands saying they're moving their cycle to 3 months, I find this super worrying. I mean, we've been already in a very performance-driven short-term business, but the crisis might make this even worse. I mean, what are you guys doing? Are you saying anything, or is that
no, absolutely. So this is exactly what's happening. The clients that we used to plan for a whole year, now we're only doing quarter by quarter, which actually, really complicates things, as you said, because you are, not seeing the full picture. So actually, maybe the attempts that you're trying to do in Q1 actually maybe, not creating a joint effect for Q2 or something like that. So yeah, it is becoming harder, but everything that you can do is just to use what we do, use the historic data of what you have, and just make kind of the best thing possible there, and then try to convince the client to prolong this if needed. So we currently don't have a lot of always on campaigns as well, which is a change of the pattern there as well. But hopefully soon. I'll be able to speak about more clients that are, staying kind of more on the bolder side of things rather than playing really safe. But you can understand, because the clients that we work with are startups and scale-ups. For them, it's really important to just justify every euro spent. So that's why.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Maria. Another round of applause, Maria. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.